What's up guys, Teamfight here. Today we're back again, and in this video we're going to be playing some Rengar in the jungle. So there have been some new builds that have came out for Rengar, especially since the new changes to all the runes and items and everything. And I'm going to be trying out lethal tempo on Rengar for this match and seeing how it works. But Rengar is still overall pretty solid in the meta. If you're good at Rengar, you can hard carry matches super easily. And your burst is pretty insane. Now, Rengar's weakness is definitely crowd control and going up against tankier targets. So champs like Xin Zhao or like, who else? Xin Zhao or other like Bruisers, Wukong is a difficult one. Anything that has a lot of health and crowd control is pretty difficult for Rengar to go against. But overall, he can be a really good champ to snowball with. So to start off, I'm going to be clearing my red side, and at this point, I'm deciding what kind of rotation do I want to do. So there's a couple different ways that you could play Rengar. So one of the ways is that you could just power farm until you reach level 5 and then look for a kill with your ult. Or with Rengar, you can look to play through the jungle. So the reason why I say that is because one of the weaknesses about Rengar is that you actually don't have the most ganking potential early, and just because you don't have a big gap closing ability. And looking at these lanes right now, it looks like all of these lanes are going to be pretty far pushed back. So it looks like the opposition has the advantage in almost every single lane. You can see how they have the positioning advantage and everything. So one way to play Rengar instead is to look to play through the jungle and look to play around these bushes in the jungle. That's a big way to play Rengar and to get around his weakness in the early lane ganking. Because going for a gank in these side lanes is pretty difficult pre-level 5. But this match, due to all three of my lanes like not having good priority, if a fight were to break out here, if I were to go and bait out a fight over here with the Master Yi, there's a really good chance that the enemy would rotate before our team and that they would have the rotation advantage. So instead, I decided to just play to the power farm to level 5 way and then look for a kill with my ultimate. Because as you can see, our lanes are really far pushed back. This Diana looks like they might have the edge on this Acel. Let's see. Oh, that's a good first ability from Diana. This Acel needs to back up. That was a mistake stepping up too far. He still has flash, but now I'm just farming up my blue side jungle. And yep, you can see that they actually go down there. Our top lane is also pretty low. So as you can see, it'll be pretty hard to play through the jungle and to look for scuttle fights right now just because we just don't have the lane priority there. So better for me to just power farm and get more gold. So it looks like this Yi is ganking the bottom lane. And over here, something that I noticed, Yi has both buffs, meaning he already took his blue buff and his red buff. So he did the classic full clear from red to blue side. And now he's probably going to go and farm up his Gromp and everything and then reset. So now I'm looking at this top lane over here. This top lane just went down and I just decided to reset. Looks like Yi's going for another gank in the mid lane. Ooh, that was a good try by Diana. That's the flash from Acel. Ooh, actually, Acel still had flash. I'm surprised they didn't burn that the first time that they died. But now we're heading back to lane. We reached level 5, and I'm looking for a good opportunity to pick somebody off. I see the Diana going for a gank, and I think maybe I can land a good counter gank. And this might be a good fight just because I know Diana has no ult. So I'm looking to see if I can catch this Diana rotating back to mid lane. If I could see him catching... If I could catch him rotating back to mid, but I see that he's going for the gank. So I ultimate him, see if maybe I can pick up the kill. That's a pretty good exhaust, and they flash out of there. So unfortunately, we're not able to pick up anything with my ultimate. That's not the best use of the ultimate, just because I didn't get a kill. With the ultimate on Rengar, you almost always want to guarantee an ult. So that was actually a pretty bad ultimate. And really the main goal that I was looking for there was I was trying to catch out Diana in the jungle rotating back to mid, but I actually went back to bot side and had the cover of the turret. So that was kind of unfortunate timing that I didn't really realize. But I know Master Yi's on his red buff now. We both have almost the exact same rotation. So I know he's farming up his red. I'm farming up my red. Keeping an eye out on this lane matchup over here. Seeing what's going down. Looks like the Yasuo's going for something. Ooh, he was not able to. That's pretty good. He was looking for an ult there, you could tell. He had some powered first ability. He's still looking for it. Master Yi's probably in the area. He might be going to mid or to top. There's a solid chance. So you can see they're still skirmishing out. I'm just farming up my jungle and I'm going to shop. But now, I almost have my ultimate back off cooldown, and that's another good opportunity to look for. So something about your ultimate actually is it's really good at ganking the solo lane. That's something I really want to emphasize. Rengar is generally better in ganking the solo lane, in my opinion, with the ultimate, just because it's easier to focus down one champ instead of, as we can see here, we could easily track this guy down. Should be able to pick him up here. He gets the ult in. Looks like the Jax is going to go down, and now this Master Yi's here. I'm waiting for my abilities to get back off cooldown. They're all still on cooldown right now, and I want to see if this Master Yi uses his first ability in. I could definitely bait that if he does. I could get my empowerment and then just heal up for my second ability, and I should be able to land a root if he did turret dive that, but unfortunately he did not. So now Asol with the pretty good rotate here. Ooh, let's see if they're able to pick up a good kill. That's a good exhaust. One thing that I've noticed is exhaust has been really, really important in this meta. Ooh, Asol? Asol? Ooh, that's tough. I see the Master Yi here. He's taking the scuttle. That's pretty good for him taking that before the dragon. So now we could see that they're going to have full vision of that dragon area. This Yi's heading down here. This Senna needs to definitely dip out of there. This should be good though. But ganking the solo lane is generally much easier with Rengar just because it's much harder to gank the duo lane when you have a support next to there. So the support will provide crowd control, heals, barriers. And that can really make it so much harder for Rengar to burst down an ADC or something like that, unless the ADC is alone. So right now, they have a pretty decent lead. Looks like most of the lanes are winning. That's the Diana ult, and that's something that I noticed. And that's actually really, really key to notice is they just burn Diana ult. Now, oh my gosh. That's really important because now they don't have this for this dragon fight here. And if we just wait till Asol comes back, so you can see they reset that dragon. That's good. They're going on to this Jhin over here. Or Jinx. Jhin is going on to the Jinx. That's a good route. They should be able to pick up that kill. And now, keep an eye out on this Leona over here. I'm hanging out in this bush. I'm seeing what's going on. They actually had warding in there, unfortunately, but I'm able to dip out of there. You can't really burst down a Rengar that easily now. That's one of the strengths about Rengar is he's so hard to burst down just because you really have to time your abilities right. But now I'm able to turn this around and chase this. You can see I literally went from half health and taking all their abilities back to full health. And now I can take this dragon. And the reason I'm really comfortable taking that fight over there is because I know Diana has no ult. And Diana ults are huge in these team fights and big skirmishes. So now I'm just taking this dragon. I'm trying to ping my team to come over because I'm really low. And I don't want this Master Yi to come over here and Q me once and steal the dragon. But it looks like my duo lanes, being like normal duo lane players, they want their one minion instead of the dragon because they want their power spike. Am I right? I'm sure all jungle players can relate. But now I'm resetting before anybody pops back out. And with this Herald spawning up, gonna keep an eye out on that. But Jax was able to get the first turret, which is huge. So I'm actually in a party with this Jax over here. He's one of my old friends from Vainglory. And he's actually running like Demolish and Hullbreaker on Jax. So really like split push oriented with the new items and everything. So now I'm trying to track down this Diana. They're pretty much one burst down. And Asol definitely didn't need to ult there. That was a mistake on his part. That's a waste of an ultimate there. But it's okay. At least we're able to pick up the kill. So now this Jax able to pick up another kill too. So he's starting to pick up two. Ooh, let's see if he wins this 1v1. Ooh, that's a good first ability. Or that's a good dodge from him. That's a really good dodge and stun. So he's able to pick that up. And I'm just pushing out these waves too. And now looking for maybe we could get this Herald. We have our support here. Our mid is in bot side for some reason. Oh, okay. They got the turret. That's good. But yeah, Jax is another champ that I want to get out soon because Jax is super strong right now. Like, Jax works super well into this meta just because he has really good split push potential. He can 1v1 really well. He could skirmish really well. He could push down turrets insanely fast. The only thing which he lacks a bit is team fighting potential. But honestly, in this meta, like, games are just snowballed super early, and there really aren't as many big team fights as there have been in like past metas. But the objectives timings moved to like 5 minutes it takes longer for team fights to happen. And you can see we're all still kind of like farming and in the small skirmish phase. So I have my ultimate off cooldown, but I'm trying to get out of here. I did not see the Yasuo there, and the Yasuo, I didn't think of the Yasuo Diana ult. That's a pretty broken ult. Pretty broken ults. Both of those ults are super strong. You can see, look at that damage that the Jax does to the turret. That's crazy. With Hullbreaker and Demolish. But now he's getting collapsed upon. He looking for the Master Yi. Maybe he can get a good kill here. He still has Flash. That's a great Flash there, but now he should go down. I was just farming up the jungle and resetting. There was no saving that, but he got the turret over there, and now I'm keeping an eye on this Jinx, and this is really ideal for me because I actually saw that they're all up in top lane, so I know that this Jinx is by himself, so I actually am not too worried about anybody else popping up, and I know I could kill pretty much any ADC that's isolated or any squishy, and Jhin is just like, hey, let me ult this and steal this kill, because... And then he just stands there and flexes on me. That's tough. Tough luck. It happens, though. He's getting to his power spike. It's okay. So, I'm just going to keep on pushing this. Oh, actually, something about Rengar that I've seen is, there's, a lot of people, or not a lot of people, but I've seen a handful of people go for, like, in the solo lane playing Rengar, that people that do that, sometimes people do that. I really want this turret here. They play, they also play Demolish and Hullbreaker, Rengar. And now I'm looking for this fight over here. I'm able to pick up the Leona, and now kiting back. I know that the Jinx is in the lane back there, so I'm trying to run backwards to avoid. So this is really key that I'm kiting backwards. You can see how far I moved. I went from all the way up there to all the way over here, and now I'm running away. I have my ult off cooldown, so I get out of vision, and now I ult back. And let's see if I can pick this up. Able to get a good burst off, and able to pick up that Jinx over there, and that's 3 kills for me. So I'm looking pretty fed right now. But overall, this build I'm going with Black Cleaver, Divine Sunder, and then Death Stance and Sterix and Guardian Angel. That's a new build that's been showing up pretty decently, I'd say, and it's been popping up a decent amount in the meta. Sorry, I got a phone call. But as I was saying, it's a pretty solid build. I'd say it's more team-oriented than other builds. So in the past, in my videos, I've gotten a lot of crit Rengar, and that's personally the playstyle that I like. But this build is better for team fights and for just providing utility for the team. Just because it makes you tankier and you just sustain better in longer fights. Now, they're going for the fight. That was a really good stun by Asol there. I had to reset. Ooh, that's a huge Diana ult. Looks like he might be able to clean this up. Yep, that Jinx got resets. I'm onto this Diana, though. Seeing if maybe I can pick him up. I still have Flash. I could have flashed into the bush and then jumped onto the Diana. But I decided it's not worth my Flash. My Flash is probably more valuable to hold on. So I could easily just flash into that bush and then jump onto him. But it's just not worth wasting my Flash for 1 kill. That probably won't mean very much. So I decided to just hold on to it here. But yeah, this build is definitely more team-oriented, I'd say, and I'm giving it a shot, but personally, I'm still more of a crit Rengar build just because you just completely chunk down enemies so fast with crit Rengar, but you are super squishy, and your teamfight potential is way lower. So it just depends on your playstyle. So like crit Rengar, you can play super aggressive into the enemy jungle and not have to worry about like if you can kill somebody or not, because the answer is you can with crit Rengar if you have seen my videos, but with this build, it does take a little bit longer to burst on people. It's still really good if you get fed. If you get fed, this build is actually probably better just because it's harder to kill you. And I don't know how the Master Yi knew I was there or if he had just backed off at that exact moment, but that was pretty unfortunate. Now I'm just farming up my jungle. Looks like they're chasing down this Asol here. That's a good ult by Asol. Ooh, that was actually a really good ult by Asol. That definitely saved him there. But now I'm looking for a kill onto this Yasuo. Able to pick it up, or at least the Senna is able to. And now look and see if we could catch anybody else out. So we're just pushing down these inhibs over here. Seeing if maybe we can get a good pick off. But without my ult, I don't really have the best engage. So I'm kind of just letting them do their own thing. And gonna go back out and farm up their jungle. This Jhin uses his ult. I don't know who he's aiming at, but does he know how to cancel his ult? Bro, I don't know if that man knows how to cancel his ult. That had explained earlier when he was just standing there with his ult. So you can see, like, look at my health bar. Look at how tanky I am. Like, I'm able to get that. I dash out just because I don't want to get Yasuo underneath the Nexus. So now we should be able to end with this. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to like and subscribe for more Rengar gameplay, and I'll definitely try and get out some Crit Rengar soon. As Crit Rengar, I really love Crit Rengar. It's so much fun to play. Like, I can't even emphasize how much fun he is to play. But definitely be looking for that soon. I'll probably be getting out some Kha'Zix and Jax gameplay too soon. Those are two champs that I want to upload, hopefully in the near future. So I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.